Have you ever heard the saying, salary can never make you rich, or you can never be wealthy as a salary earner? Is it actually true? Well, this is a myth that we are going to be debunking in this video, as well as telling you 4 essential steps you need to take to build wealth as a career professional or an employee who earns salaries. Welcome, this is Dr. Obed. In this channel, we'll talk about personal finance and wealth building. So today we are going to be sharing how to build wealth as a career professional that does not necessarily require you to quit your job. Now, if you are a career professional and you are also interested in building wealth, you will realize that you do not have a lot of control over your time like the entrepreneurs and the business owners do. You do not have a lot of flexibility. Most of the time, you don't have enough time for yourself after spending time at work or on the job that actually pays you. And you do not also have a lot of control over how much you earn. Your salary is most times determined by the person or the organization that employed you, and you cannot decide to significantly increase your earnings within a short time. Now, these and other reasons is what makes people think that it is difficult for a salary earner to build wealth, and some people even take it to the extreme of saying that a salary earner can never become wealthy. But this is very far from the truth. The truth is that being a salary earner and even working in 9 to 5 can give you some certain edge and advantages in your wealth building journey, even over people who are self-employed or who are running businesses. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 vital steps you need to take as a career professional if you intend to build wealth and achieve financial independence. Let's dive in. Number 1 step, you need to have a goal to become wealthy. Now, this is extremely important if you want to build wealth. Like in most things in life, you need to have enough desire for you to achieve wealth. If you don't desire it enough, you are most likely not going to have the drive to work towards it and to overcome all the obstacles you are going to face in your journey towards wealth building. So you need to desire to be wealthy. Actually, there are a lot of persons who do not want to be rich. I've met persons who just want to be okay, to be comfortable. They don't like rich people, and they don't like the challenges that rich people have to go through, the problems of the rich. They don't want to deal with all that. They are fine being just a little comfortable. Some of them even have wrong mindsets about rich people, that they are all bad people. So if you are one of those persons that do not want to be rich, then it's fine, but most likely you are not, and that is why you clicked on this video. That means you have the desire to become wealthy, even if you are working in a 9 to 5. That means that you should have enough desire and drive to get to the point where you decide that you are going to be wealthy. Now, it's not enough to just desire it. You now need to make it a goal that you want to be wealthy. It moves from just a desire to a goal when you now put specifics to it. You now decide how rich you want to be and how you want to go about it. A desire turns into a goal when you put specifics and deadlines to it. It is called a SMART goal. SMART as an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and time bound. The goal must be specific, exactly how rich you want to be, the kind of net worth you want to have, and then it must be measurable, how much you now have in your net worth, and then that goal must be attainable, it must be reasonable, and again it must be time bound. There must be a time frame. If there is no time frame, it is not a goal, but probably a wish. Let's say by the time you are 60, this is how much you want to be worth, or this is the kind of house you want to be living in, or the kind of car you want to be driving. These are the kind of places you want to enter into. This is the kind of school you want your children to go to. This is how rich you want to be. The truth is, there are different levels of wealth. I made a video about the levels of wealth. I will put the link in the description below. There is financial dependence, where you are still depending on other people. There is financial survival, where you are now fending for yourself, but albeit with a lot of struggle, and your income is way less than your expenses. There is financial stability, where at this point your income is now up to your expenses. However, you cannot handle any financial emergencies, and you cannot even talk about luxuries and comforts. And then there is financial security, where you are able to handle a lot of financial emergencies and a little comfort. And then there is also financial independence. This is where you have a lot of money, and even enough money that you may decide to resign from your work, and the money from your assets or passive income is enough to take care of all your bills. And then there is financial abundance also. At this stage, you have so much money that you cannot even spend it all in this lifetime, to the point where your children and your children's children are made. Those are levels of wealth. You must decide how rich you want to be. You see, in Nigeria now, a millionaire in Naira is probably not very rich anymore. Then there are multi-millionaires, and then there are billionaires. Unfortunately, a millionaire in US dollars is richer than a billionaire in Nigerian Naira. But then there are people who are millionaires in US dollars. There are people who are multi-millionaires, billionaires, and multi-billionaires in US dollars. There are levels of wealth. So the first step is that you need to have the goal to be wealthy. Decide that you are going to have this amount of wealth by this time. If you do not have specific goals, it's highly unlikely that you are going to become wealthy, because you are not going to do what it takes to get to that level. And the second step towards building wealth as a career professional is that you should have specific plan on how to build wealth. Now you have a goal, which is very important. This is where you now draw up a plan that is specific to you on how you intend to achieve that goal. Having a goal to be wealthy and be worth a certain amount is not enough. You need to have a specific plan on how to get there. This is where you sit down and draw up a plan that is specific to you, taking into cognizance who you are, what you currently do, what you are good at, and what you can do, what you can learn, and what you are passionate about, what you want to do with your life in future. So make a plan of what you are currently doing and what you should transition into, and then what it should transition into until you build the level of wealth you want to build into. Now, it may require that you, at the level where you are, learn some new skills that will help you to get promoted in your place of job to the point where you are earning enough money to invest and build wealth, or probably build a business. It may require you to decide that you want to start a business, probably on the side, and it is through this that you are going to grow to the point where you quit your job and focus on it and build wealth through it. It may require you to build something, maybe like a digital asset, maybe write a book that will make you a lot of money, or even build an online course or a blog, or even a YouTube channel. There are people who are full-time YouTubers making even millions of dollars from YouTube. So this is the point where you consider multiple streams of income. Knowing that currently you are working and this is your major source or even your only income source, is important that you realize that this your only income may not be able to take you to the level of wealth that you desire. That means that you need money coming in from other sources. So have a plan on how to increase the amount of money coming in and how to increase the number of places where money is coming in from. Consider other income sources separate from what you currently do. It may require you to get some more certifications and some more courses that will help to beef up your current skill and your CV so that you get promoted or even get a new job. That way your income keeps increasing and then you get to the next level till you build wealth. The idea is, in number two, you need to have a plan on how you want to become wealthy. It's not enough to have the goal, you need to have a workable plan that is specific to you. This is where I am now, but at the next level I want to be promoted to this point, or I want to have this skill, and this skill will help me to begin to earn so amount of money, and then some level I want to start my own business, and this is how I will invest until I become wealthy. Have a plan. Now the third step is that you need to focus on your wealth building activities. In other words, you should mind your own business. Now you have a goal to be wealthy, you have a plan on how to get there. The reason why most persons don't ever get there is that they are not able to follow through on their plan. Why? Because they don't mind their own business. As a career person, you can fall into the trap of always focusing on your job and your 9 to 5 and giving the excuse that you don't have enough time or you don't have enough money, or there is one excuse or the other why you cannot do what you have planned to do for yourself. And the truth is that that excuse is not valid, because it is not going to make you wealthy. You can only become wealthy or you make excuses. So it's important that you find a way to focus on your wealth building activities. Focus on what will make you money and what will protect you tomorrow if you lose this your current job. Focus on that new skill you decided to learn. Focus on that new business, that side hustle you decided to start. Focus on that YouTube channel you are trying to grow. Learn everything you need to learn about it, and then put in the work that is required. This is where discipline is very important. If you cannot discipline yourself to follow through on the plans you have made for your future, then you are not qualified to become wealthy. For you as a career person, this is where you will do more work than everyone else, because you are not going to become nonchalant at your job. You are going to do your job effectively. However, you are still going to put in the work required for your personal growth and your personal wealth building journey. So you've decided what you are going to do. Nothing must stop you. You have to follow through. You have to continue in that journey of growing your income streams, of adding more skills to what you have, of building that your business, that your digital asset, of writing those books. That thing you decided is what is going to make you wealthy. Now is the time to do it. So you have to find a way to work around doing your job effectively and working on your personal wealth building journey. Find a way around it. This is what separates the people who just desire and people who become wealthy even as career professionals. Now the third step to building wealth as a career professional is to acquire assets and more assets. Now you have a goal, you have a plan, you are working towards that plan. At this stage now, money will be coming into your hands, both from your salary and from your other multiple income sources, maybe from your side business or from the investment you have made. Money is now coming into your hands. It's very important that you focus on acquiring assets. There is this new mantra I had: own before you spend. You need to own before you spend. You see, the major difference between rich people and broke people is that while broke people see money as a tool for settling expenses, as a tool for spending. Because they are broke, once they get money, they want to spend it on all the many expenses that is already piled up. The rich people, they see money as a tool for making money, a tool of bringing in more money. When money enters into their hands, they ask, how can I multiply this money? How can I ensure that this money does not finish from my hands? That means that they will need to find a way to invest it and acquire assets. So for the rich people, they are spending after they have owned an asset. They own something that is making them money. They are spending from the proceeds of their assets, because they have acquired so much assets that their asset is what is now funding their lifestyle. Now, for the poor person, until he gets to that point where he can begin to acquire assets, he will not live poverty. So it's important that no matter how much money you are making, whether it is from your salary or from the side hustles or the other income sources you have activated, which you should, you must begin to acquire assets. What assets are? They are vehicles for preserving and growing your wealth. Assets are vehicles that you can put your money into. They will keep that money safe for you, as well as grow that money and make it bigger than what you kept there. Those are assets. They are vehicles that put money into your pocket as against liabilities, which are things that make you spend money, that take money away from your pocket. So there are different types of assets. There is real estate, for example. You can invest in real estate. There is land, raw empty land. You can invest in a form of land banking and sell it over time after it has appreciated. There are commercial real estate, there are residential real estate. Residential real estates are properties that you buy or build that people live in and pay you rent. You make money from the rent, and of course the property can appreciate in value. You can also sell it and make more money than you bought it or built it for. Then there are commercial real estates where you talk about building or owning office complexes, event centers, warehouses, and different forms of commercial real estate that will also bring you money, as well as appreciate the value of your property. That is real estate. There is also what is called paper assets, different types of paper assets. This is basically where you give money to companies, organizations, or even the government, and they pay you interest or dividends depending on the type of paper assets and depending on the timeline. There are shares, that is buying shares from companies. There is government bonds. There is treasury bills, commercial papers, even fixed deposit accounts. These are different types of paper assets that you can invest in. Some of them are income producing. For example, shares, you can get money from dividends, and you can get money from interest from treasury bills. That is income producing. It keeps bringing in more income. Some of them are non-income producing, but you make money through capital appreciation, like in some other shares that are not dividend paying stocks, but your money appreciates over time due to the growth of that stock. There are also fixed income assets and the ones that are not fixed income. Fixed income are things like the bonds, government bonds, and the fixed deposit accounts that pay you a particular agreed sum of money over a period of time for the amount you invested with them. Then there are shares that is not fixed income, but your income can fluctuate depending on how the market goes. So paper assets are a beautiful set of assets that you can invest your money into. So you need to learn about it. For someone who wants to build wealth as a career professional, you are not permitted to be financially illiterate. You cannot leave the matter of financial literacy to the entrepreneurs and the business people, you need to learn about these things. Learn about all the financial instruments, particularly the ones you are interested in and want to invest in. You cannot invest in something you do not understand. So it's important that you learn about these things, be interested in financial education. It's important that you are watching this YouTube channel, pick interest in financial education and learn about the different forms of investment. I've talked a lot about the different types in this channel, and there are other sources where you can also gain financial knowledge about the different types of investments. A third form of asset that is also very important, and I believe is even one of the most important, is building a business. Now, that your side hustle can become the business that will make you wealthy. It may have started as a side hustle, but you can grow it into something mighty. There are many big companies today that were started by employees. Either they started them as side hustles, or they didn't even intend to start those businesses, but they got the business ideas while working in the companies, and then they eventually started the businesses, probably pivoted into other things, or grew the businesses to the point where they needed to quit their jobs and focus on that business. The fact that you are working in a 9 to 5 does not mean that your life must end in that 9 to 5. It does not mean that you can no longer quit that 9 to 5 if you see something better to do with your life. So you can, as a career professional, build wealth while working in your career, and build wealth through other means like investment, like I have said, investing in different types of assets. But you can also build wealth by investing in your own business, by building your business to the point where you may need to quit your job to grow the business to the level where you become wealthy. Either way, you can become wealthy as a career professional even while keeping your job. That is it on the 4 different steps to build wealth as a career professional. First, you need to have the goal to be wealthy. Not everyone wants to be wealthy. If you are that person that wants to be wealthy, you should have the goal. Have the specific goal of how wealthy you want to be and when you want to be that wealthy. And then number 2, you need to make a plan of how you want to achieve that your goal of being wealthy. How do you want to move from where you are now to where you want to be in the next 60 years, 50 years, 40 years, as the case may be. And then number 3, you need to focus on your wealth building activities. You need to follow up on that, your plan, and follow through with it. You need to ensure that you are not just talking, you are not just all talk, that you are doing something actively that will help you become wealthy, that you are minding your own business even as you are minding the business of the person that has employed you. It's important that you mind the business that will pay you tomorrow if you do not have this your job again. And then finally, you need to focus on acquiring and accumulating assets. Assets are those things that will keep you wealthy, that will keep money coming into your pocket even if you are no longer working, even if you quit your job, or even if you are not able to work anymore. Your assets have the capacity of bringing in more money till the day you die, depending on the type of assets you have built. So acquire assets before you spend your money. Build yourself to the point where your assets is now sponsoring your lifestyle, and then you are able to build wealth and achieve financial independence. That is it. If you found this video helpful, please do subscribe to this channel for more amazing content on personal finance and wealth building. See you in this next video.